And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Contest of Speed EU2 here on Zandvoort track in Netherlands. My name is Luke, also name of Red Panda Pigeon Slayer. Tonight, alongside with me is Robstar. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Red Panda.
How are you doing?
I'm doing alright, you know. Wasn't the best of the races yesterday for EU3, but let's hope we can actually get some good battling around here in Netherlands with EU2 with faster drivers.
Yes, indeed. Now, before we jump into qualifying session, let's quickly check the driver standings. Chaos Elite, after winning season opener, is leading the pack. After him, Tiski and Dragon completing the podium. Hilly Borja, it's to complete top five. Cornish Kak, Hafendobak, PW Jones, Brooksy, and the Salmon. That how looks our top 10 of the drivers. Heading to the team standings, Mercedes is leading the pack with 27 points. On second place, Alfa Romeo with 18, 1 point behind them, Alfa Tauri, 12 points for McLaren, 10 points for Red Bull, Aston Martin with 8, Haas with 6 points, and Williams with only 4 points scored. And what do I see over here? It's intermediate conditions for quali for those drivers.
Let's see if we can put on a show for Quali A since it is raining. It looks like apparently softs are faster, better than intermediates. These drivers have chose softs.
Maybe they checking feeling because if I might be honest, yesterday I was checking because before the race, so with way lighter rain, with much more clear conditions around the track, softs were dropping pace really fast because on fresh softs there was about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds slower.
Is this about to go on a flying lap? And it's Tiski. And as soon as he goes around the first corner, a nice clean corner here. Gotta hope these drivers don't spin having softs whilst it's raining down for turn 3. In the right line, getting the
Yep.
power straight on. And apparently they are saying the game is very low,
Yeah,
Red
I
Panda. Is there a
see
way you can
that
turn it off?
pumping it up a bit.
We got Tiski going with double right-hander here. No mistake. Some curves around, should I say Netherlands, are a bit bumpy. You don't want to touch them at all. Unless that is like your race done.
I'm surprised with that wet conditions. DRS is still enabled because I'm pretty sure I seen rear wing open for Tiski. So that's a bit surprising thing. So maybe the conditions will be improving
Drying up, yeah.
next 15 minutes.
You got Tiski going across the line at 116.049. Now we got who's up next? Elite.
Elite,
Lower.
Elite, just
Nothing
six
over.
hundred slower than Tiski.
Broxy,
I see
3 tenths
Alpha
behind.
Tauri of Vabu crossing the line just behind Elite, splitting two Mercedes boys. And
Who's
there
next? This is no, not
is
Piz.
Piz is starting his lap. Uh, Alfa Romeo of Nattam is heading to start the lap.
We've got AlphaTauri Will here going across the line. Is on intermediate and he pulls a 116.4, slower than soft runners.
I mean, so for now we might expect it's similar pace for both compounds.
Hmm. Could be. Just got to see what's fast at the end. It seems like it
Yeah.
just starts to dry up.
Lanky One is crossing the line with 16.4 on soft
Crypto,
compound.
slow time, must have spun or something. Now you got Hop and Doback, about to cross the line on the straight here. And he gets a 116.3, faster than his teammate, the lanky one.
Yeah, I'm watching a lap of not Tom Carter, who decided to pull intermediate tires.
And we've got Jones here going across the line next. And he pulls a 116.9, not fast from the Williams here today.
Yeah, the Piz with invalidated lap. And how about Nattom? Nattom crossing the line, and it's 15.7.
3 tenths faster though,
Setting new benchmark for
so it
today.
kind of shows intermediates could be faster.
And Will, meanwhile, beaten Tiski time. Or maybe it's Tiski. No, it was Will.
We're on intermediate tyres as well.
Yeah,
So it really
Will.
shows that intermediate tyres are faster than softs around here currently.
Yeah, Pookie decided to retire from the session. I'm wondering, is it his car on braking zone to turn 3? It looks like it was. So maybe let's jump now to
Fizz
Piz,
is
who
about
should
to
be finishing his lap,
on the
running
soft
through
though.
sector 3.
Let's see what he gets.
The traction
It looks like
looks quite good for him. And the Piz
and
16.3.
Vabu
Vabu, meanwhile. Vabu
on the
is
soft
reserving 15.3, over almost half a second faster than Nat Tom.
on the soft though. So we're not sure what's faster though. Softs or intermediates around here currently. What would you say?
Uh, to be honest, after watching last 2-3 laps, I'm really confused now about tire situation. So I'm just going to enjoy the lap of Kornichkak, who is heading through sector 2, going to the DRS zone, rearing wide open, starting sector 3. And I have to say that traction for softs looks really, really good.
Touch on the curb a bit, minus slowing down.
Go back to
Off the
onto the
line he
main straight,
goes.
crossing the line, and it's 16.9. So that's the slowest time for now. Meanwhile,
No, we got
Konzo
pulled the
with
faster sector 2 on the softs.
2 corners to go for Ferrari driver.
Now here he goes. Now on the bank. Now on the straight.
Crossing the line, and it's 16.5. That's P14 for now. Not the best time.
Looks like some drivers are going
Not
at
Tom and
extend.
Will again on the hot laps. Will is finishing his one.
Oh, would he go in? It looks like he's going
No,
in.
he's going in.
I think Tom's on a flying lap right now.
Yeah, he just started, and was it
The
yellow flag
people want
caused by
to.
him?
Looks like Sid wants to see the tyres, see what people are on right now.
Yeah, let's see the tires, because that might be interesting. So, a couple of drivers on fresh intermediates, including Tiski and Brooksy right now. Haffendobach
Oh,
also on.
Tom, past sector 2.
Yes, it is.
Let's see if he gets fastest.
Lap overall. I don't think it will be, but I might be wrong. 13, 14, 15.6,
Oh,
improving by
improve. About
12
one tenth. One.
hundredths. So that's P2 Konzo on P3 with 16.018.
I think Tissus is currently on a flying lap right now. Going around this tight hairpin.
Healy on the lap, but it seems like he was way slower on the soft compound than on previous attempt.
We've
If I
got Tis
wasn't
here about to
mistaken,
cross the line.
Tiski. It's P5 currently. Minor loss after sector 2,
He
and
don't
he gave
improve.
up.
Was he out of fuel? No. Just gave up.
No, but he just gave up because he was losing 4 tenths after sector 2 and 1.4 second loss after whole lap, so he just gave up his lap, I guess. Healy is losing a lot, but I believe he started his proper lap right now, so let's stick a bit maybe with onboard of McLaren driver.
Tom goes into the pits. Looks like the Will's next, but he's going his out lap. So he's about to start his flying lap now. We've got Hacker here on his flying lap. Let's see if he improves. And he improves up to P3 at 15.8.
So
Crypto
another
at 15.6.
drivers on soft compound below 116. So it seems like conditions are improving.
Yeah, but you got Hacker just made it 15.7 on his immediate side.
And what will Healy do? Healy is improving by 2 tenths after sector 2. So he might be another one to cut the 116 barrier. Brooksy with 15.06 on intermediates.
It's really hard to see what's faster right now. Some sort of intermediate.
Healy
right
crossing
now.
the line, P7, 115.876 for McLaren.
Will here improving by 4 tenths here in sector 2. He could improve massively here. Maybe try to get over top 5. He goes across the line and improves by 1 tenth. Up to P7 he is now.
Let's see what Andre will be able to do on his first attempt. He's going to finish his lap, but no. What do you
Andrews
think about this?
now.
It won't be a great lap. Over 117, 17.5. That's slowest time for now.
Oh! Brooksy just spun!
Brooksy is retiring from the session.
Brooksy spun.
Bad exit. Oh, and Andre almost lost the car on turn 3. What I catched. Will, minor improvement after sector 1, 6 milliseconds. Now lost a half a second on sector 2. So his time It's not going to be improved, and now I believe we just waiting.
So people are going into the pits now.
Yeah, and couple of
Elite.
drivers already on the outlaps. Not Tom was first, Elite and Lanky one. Not Tom on intermediates. Elite decided to pull softs and Lanky one softs as well.
Well, let's see who's that fast out here, Vinay. And a V3. Let's see who can improve their time.
I believe both compounds seems really similar with the pace.
The top two are looking quick though.
Natstam is improving his time after sector 1 over 3/10 of the second improvement. So it's going to be great time for the Alfa Romeo driver.
Let's see if he can still improve here.
Crossing
He's improved by
7
7
tenths.
tenths.
That's huge improvement for Alfa Romeo driver.
Can you get pole here?
He might, but 2 turns
Close
to
one.
go. There's wide open on the banking. Going to the finish line, crossing the line, and it is pole position, 114.672 for Alfa Romeo driver.
No, that's just
That's
across elite.
huge. Elite,
Sector
yeah, but improvement was way lower comparing to Nat Tom, so I believe that could be only a visual bug, and he invalidating his lap, going a bit too wide.
I think Lanky
And
one
heading
was
to the
next.
pit lane directly. Lanky one is now one to watch, and he invalidated his lap as well. So I
I think
believe Crypto
Tisk is the
White
next one. Crypto. No,
or,
Tisk.
or Tisky.
Tisk is the next one to
Tisky
do his lap.
is next one. To be honest, I missed the Delta.
I think intermediates are quickest right now. It seems like they've really
Tisky on
worked.
soft compound. A little bit of traffic in front of him. Tisky finishing sector 2, almost half a
Increased by
second
4 tenths.
improvement. And now Haas in front of him. I believe Haas driver is not on the hot lap.
Looks like it's getting a bit of a toe here.
And he is improving by 6 tenths. It's P4 currently for Alfa Romeo driver.
Crypto's invalidated his lap now.
Crypto invalidating his lap. Harfen
Let's
Dobak,
see.
who just started his
Will.
lap
No,
on
Will's not
intermediate
out.
compound.
Pretty sure Hilly's the next one to make his lap done.
Sorry, who?
Hilly. Hilly's about to do his lap.
Hilly. Where's Hilly? Position 9. Hilly on
And look, so
intermediate
Orfeo wants to see
tires.
the tyres right now. Orfeo wants to see the tyres.
Uh,
He don't
he
improve.
started his lap now.
Hanzo.
Konzo with 14.7 on intermediate tires.
Can we quickly see the tyres right now? See.
Hafen Dobak improving his time by 7 tenths on intermediate tires. Hako decided to pull softs, so as Will. Elite on the outlap with soft compound. Borja on softs. PW Jones on softs. Cornish Kak on softs. Andre on intermediates. Hafen Dobak for P4, but immediately Tiski on softs with 1:14.708. Just 11
Looks like
milliseconds
it's
in
drying
front of Konzo.
Looks like it is drying up right now. Would you say it's drying up? Looks like it is.
Yeah, it might
It
be.
looks like the softs would be quicker
It
right now.
wasn't Hako. It is. It was pin, I believe, so I missed
Crypto's
it.
gone out.
Crypto invalidating. Will with P5, 14.856. Ferrari
Apparently,
of
Tom,
Piz,
softs are quicker right now.
14.2. So softs are
Softs are
definitely
quicker.
quicker. He improved his time on intermediates, but not enough.
And we've got Jones here going across the line. He
Jones
improves by 1.6.
Vabu 13.2 on soft compound. Uh,
This is terrible for the intermediate runners right now. So they cannot improve on
Borja
softs.
improving by over 2 seconds, heading to P2. Mati Robo with 13.7, overtaking Borja on the last seconds of the lap. Lanky one causing the yellow flags. He won't improving his time. So that's our starting grids. Vabu, Mati, Borja, Tiski, and the Fizz. That's our top 5. Going further back, Korniszkak, Hafendobak, Natstom, Konzo, and Will. Out of top 10, PW Jones, Brooksy, Hilly, Crypto White, Hako, Andre, Elite, Lanky One, Dynamic Duo, and Pookie, who didn't complete it a single lap. Brooksy was happy by a couple of minutes, then he crashed and everything changed basically by 180 degrees and he dropped to P12, but that was the quality we was waiting for. Vabu over almost half a second gap over Mati, then Mati and Borja quite close to each other, that's only 2 tenths. Tiski is losing 1500 to Borja, 1 tenth behind him, the Fizz, Korniszkak another 1 tenth behind him, 3 tenths behind Hafendobak, and Hafendobak is actually first driver, the fastest driver who completed his quali on intermediate compound.
Oh, Lanky said he's ran out of fuel. He forgot. He forgot about his fuel and he ran out on his flying lap. So it didn't really help him at all.
It looks sunny dry now for the race. So I assume that drivers will be really happy. Lanky One admitted that he made a rookie error. So now, what is your predictions for tonight? That's the question for you, Rob, and for people on chat.
I think it'll be kind of close today, I think, actually. We've got a mix-up grid, you know. Got to see who's going to win it.
And that's a huge question. I'm not going to make any bold predictions because last week I was completely wrong and I missed everything. So I will just wait what the race will show us. And this Hammers, meanwhile,
One,
predictions.
two, three,
Hako, PW
four,
Jones, and
five.
Brooksy. 5 lights.
And all the lights were out.
Good start for Vabu. Good start for Borja, but worse start for Mati Robo, who is losing the position. Fizz swapping the positions.
Crypto's
Oh,
nearly losing it in turn one.
lots of Lanky One dropped to P19. Korniszkak is quite far behind everyone.
Also, he's got a damaged wing. Cornish Cook. He's got no front wing now. That's him out of that race. Virtual safety car though. Already.
So it looks like a couple of drivers was too bold, going to probably turn 1 and turn 3.
It looks like Babis still got that position. Still kept it. Position change. It seems like PW Jones. No,
Let's check the
Dynamic and Pookie.
tires. What are they doing? So, Machi Robo on P3, The Fizz on P5, PW Jones and Not Tom, that's position 8 and 9, Hako and Elite on 13 and 14, Pookie on 16, and Lanky One on 19 decided to pull on hard compounds, Andre on P18 with soft compound, and the rest of the grid with mediums.
It's like Broxy's pitting.
Brooks is pitting.
And is it a new front wing?
So is Cornish Kag.
Yeah. New front wing.
How about Cornish? Will it be a
he's
new
got a
front
damage
wing for
wing.
him? Yes, the pit crew is waiting. He is missing whole front wing.
Oh, looks like we've gone back to racing now. Seems.
And for now we have one big DRS train all the way down from P1 to P16. Hilly
Hilly
and
makes
not
the move.
Tom are swapping the positions. And Tiski managed to overtake Mati, so he used that tire advantage. Hako is overtaking not Tom.
What's
right
happened
now,
to
so
Tom? He's dropped so many positions.
And it looks like Elite is attacking.
Or quite close between Fizz and Matty here.
Elite diving to the inside. There was a minor contact between them, but Elite got the position in front of Alpha Romeo. Crypto White and Pookie are swapping the positions.
Oh! Hako's been spun!
And not Tom as well.
Turn 3. Looks like we had a bit of contact around turn 3. No damage, I don't think.
Seems like. Dynamic Duo also lost a couple of positions.
I don't think anyone's got any damage.
Don't see any visible damage for Hako. Don't see for Tom as well. So they should be fine. I think Dynamic Duo lost a couple of positions as well. But it looks like his car is fine. And Borja is attacking Vabu immediately. Vabu is defending from the inside. And it looks he defended that well. But Borja is on the attack mode. Still quite close, a little bit of wiggle for Borja, and Borja is taking position from Vabu.
And I think a new front wing. So it seems like he did get front wing damage. Contact with Hako.
And Tom is dropping all the way down to P20. Korniszkak was able to overtake him in pit lane. And it looks like we have quite harsh battle for P1 between 3, possible 4 drivers, because the Fizz is also waiting for mistakes of leading 3.
It looks like Babu will get the advantage here since he's got DRS on Borja, and he makes a move down the inside.
And he
can clear him for turn 1, and he can.
He can,
but made a move on Matty. So Konza is up to P6 now.
Konza is up to P6. Hilly is really close to PW Jones. Tiski is close to Borja.
It's kind of dropping. It's kind of slowing down. It's not catching up.
And Vabe, who is reserving, he is not a full-time driver. A little bit of wiggle on the exit of turn 8 by Borja. He lost a bit of distance to Vabu. what I was starting to say. Oh yes, Vabu is not a full-time driver for this tier. He is also reserving. Actually, both of AlphaTauri drivers are reserves for tonight.
Hello,
And
Dominus.
Borja is losing position to Tiski before they even went back to the main straight. Borja is trying to fight back from the inside, but he was a bit too far from the Alfa Romeo driver, and Vabu made over 1 second advantage already.
Which could really help him.
That is going to help him a lot because Tiski have to be worried about drivers behind him with DRS advantage on the DRS zones.
Yeah,
And
that'd be.
Borja fight side by
Mix.
side with Fizz. Fizz going to the inside. They're still side by side. Now who will be the bravest on the braking zone? A little bit of contact.
Contact.
Borja
Fizz
is
drops back a bit
ahead,
and pushes
and
off to go back.
Fizz even the back was pushed a bit by the Fizz, but I believe it was only a racing incident instead of
Borja's dropped
intentional.
his
But
now after that
Borja
goes
is
back in.
dropping, Fizz is overtaking. So does it means oh, and there is a bit of contact between Borja and Fizz, and Hafendobak was collected over there.
Andrews is pitted. He is on the softs.
That's really brave strategy by reserve driver for Aston Martin tonight. But
Gone
the
into bars
question
now.
is, I'm going to ask right now, does the Borja's medium tires are already starting to giving up? Because
He's looking
Fizz
at it a bit.
was on hards. Vabu is extending his lead. It's over 2 seconds already. Fizz is over 1 second behind Tiski, so
Catching up though. He's really pushing to get DRS.
and it looks like he won't get that DRS.
Looks like it's fighting between Will and
But
Crypto here.
Borja got the DRS.
Well, mix him even Crypto.
And Borja was too far back. Crypto White going to the outside to turn one, and Will is defending position against Red Bull driver.
So Will has kept it.
And it looks like
Looks like
Crypto
Fizz is
had
back
way
in
better exit out
so
of turn 3. Crypto is looking for chance to overtake him right now. But he's stepping back.
And someone has appeared out of nowhere. Elite is caught up to Hilly. Elite's now in the battle.
You know, it's now on the battle, but I believe because look at the gap between Tiski and Fizz. I believe that might be a bit of issue. Tiski dropped the pace a bit, and he drivers behind were able to catch guys in front. Fizz is overtaking Alfa Romeo driver, so looks like those hard compound on Ferrari is starting to feel alive, and way more alive comparing to mediums of his opponents. Hako overtaking Lanky One for P15. So Hako needs to find his way through the field again.
He wants to climb back up. And Will and Crypto are fighting. And Crypto goes around the outside of that long right-hander. They're fighting again. Round his still right-hander.
And
And
spun!
they've been taken out.
Will... Oh, that was brave move by Crypto, but
Will reset to the track
Will
as
was
well.
collected over there.
just seen Will reset the track. Has anyone told him he cannot do that?
Probably everyone, but nerves and stuff like this, making people forget about things like this. PW Jones
But
is overtaking Matty for P7, so Matty dropped quite a lot from the race start. And PW Jones on hards. Crypto White is overtaking Pookie for P11. Dynamic
dynamic
Duo is heading to the pit lane,
on mediums, it's early. Going
and
hard.
he
It's got a
taking
new
hard
front wing.
compound.
It's got a new front wing.
27 lap on hards. I have mixed
Gab is
feelings
really dropping
about
too.
this. Dynamic Duo is dropping to P18. Now,
Well, we have a massive DRS train between P2 and P10 here.
yes, and it looks like Dynamic Duo is fighting with Nat Tom on the pit exit.
This is really pushing, you know. I think cars are
Yeah, but
working now.
yeah, look, gap between Vabu and the Fizz is remaining the same. Hilly and Mati are swapping the positions. So it looks like Vabu find a solution. Tiski fighting with Borja to keep his medium compound alive. Hako heading to the pit lane. That's quite early call for Williams driver. Borja is really close to Tiski after they swapped positions for a moment.
No front wing damage for him. It just came out with new mediums.
26 laps on mediums. I think that's going to be impossible. So
Yeah.
probably Hako is hoping for safety car. Tiski dropped quite a lot from the Fizz. It's almost 1.5 seconds. Borja is still pretty close. Vabu managed to extend the gap a bit. It was like 3/10 on the last lap. Tiski and Borja. Tiski is defending inside line. Borja trying from the outside, but he didn't find enough speed to make a move.
Is there a way we can put tyres up? Because it wants to see anyone's tyres.
Tire status right now.
Oh, Vapu's really doing well. Almost mediums.
Vabu is doing really well, and it looks like Tiski is
Sliding a
deleting
bit.
that gap between himself and the Fizz in front of him. He is really close to PW Jones. So that might be fight for points, but they are all in DRS terrain, and now Tiski is below 1 second behind the Fizz. He got DRS, so that will help him with defending against Red Bull behind. But it looks like Red Bull is faster anyway. And Vabu extended his advantage to over 3 seconds.
Oh, Puga's making a move in crypto. Down the inside of turn 1. And he keeps it.
And Borja is still waiting for any minor mistake of Tiski in front of him. Tiski is dropping back a bit, and I believe that will be no DRS for Alfa Romeo driver.
Yeah, no DRS for Tiski. So that could really not help him here.
Yeah, but they
And he
are
won't
on the
have
same
DRS
tires.
before.
Lanky One is overtaking Will. Will was
And he
ghosting.
spun.
It looks like he
Spun again.
spun and probably he resets to the track again because I catched him stationary. Borja is making a move. He don't have to defend the inside line. He
And
was
Elite's
far
going
back.
down the inside, but a bit too wide
Yeah, Mati is
for
fighting
McLaren.
back. Crypto
Elite's just
wide and
trying to.
Pookie.
Babu's really doing a great job
Hey,
on
but
the medium.
correct me if I was wrong, but Crypto and Pookie lost some time to Elite on P10 because I'm pretty sure that 3-4 laps ago the gap between them was about 5.5 seconds. Now is over 7.
Seems like they are. Well, they are around turn one. They've had a bit of
Borja didn't find a solution to close the gap to the Fizz in front of him, but it looks like Fizz is closing to Vabu again. 1 lap ago it was over
and
3
Elite
seconds, now it's
hit.
only 2.4, and he
Like,
receiving 5 second penalty for speeding in pit lane. PW Jones overtaking Havendobak for P6, Crypto White and Pookie advancing as well thanks to pitting from Elite. Lanky One is gaining position as well. Dynamic Duo overtaking Brooksy with
I
that
think it'll be
DRS
quite
advantage.
hard for the drivers in the top 9 because they can't really make any positions if they all got DRS. It's all about time management and ERS.
Yeah, but
So you've got the best drivers in
I do
ERS
expect
and
that
make the moves.
medium runners will start to boxing more or
Around
less
here.
now. If they are
Hard.
planning to go from medium to hard compound. Hard runners, a default strategy, they should be pitting about lap
And go back is fitting.
18-19. Havendobak is pitting, so probably he's trying to not give a chance to Elite to extend his lead too much.
We got Hilly behind PW Jones, really pushing him.
And gap between Vabu and the Fizz is dropped to
Onzo spinning a bit.
1.7. So the Fizz got huge advantage right now.
Fisher's on the hard tires as well.
Elite is overtaking Lanky One for P11 at some interesting points between turn 8 and 9. Lanky got the DRS but poor exit, and he is too far back to Mercedes driver to do anything. Healy heading to the pit
Okay.
lane. Yellow flag in sector 3. Is it Lanky? Dropped
No,
the
it's
position.
Nalpine.
Is it
Pookie into the
Pookie?
wall. Front wing damage.
Oh, that's completely no front wing. Apologies for coughing, but meanwhile, Borja close to the Fizz quite a lot. It's less than 8 tenths gap between them. So it
This
looks
is
like,
really struggling on the mediums right now.
and Fizz is on hard side as I remember. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Elite is back to top 10.
Well, let's go see he's going to pit now. Because right now, mediums ain't the best. I've seen some people struggling on grip. So
Borja
Borja
is
goes
heading
in,
to the pit lane.
tries
No
to
penalty
phase
for
out,
him.
and Tisk. Oh,
And now the Fizz and Vabu, who were in front of Borja, both have to react. Yes, I can run full track map. Here are Elite, meanwhile, with new fastest lap of the race. Borja is leaving the pit lane on P10. Hako is overtaking Dynamic Duo. On the main straight, Lanky One is leaving the pit lane behind Natam on P18. Now Tiski is quite far behind the Fizz and Vabu, but the question is how much Borja will close the gap after pitting early comparing to his opponents. Vabu is heading to the pit lane. The Fizz is deciding to stay on the track.
Tisk and Konzo going in.
Tiski, Konzo.
Put PW Jones and Matty up to P2 and P3.
Yeah, but they are both on hard compound, so they might extend their stints a bit. Crypto White promoting to P4. Elite going back to P6. Borja somehow he is losing a bit of the gap to Hafen Dobak in front of him. But they are all really close to Vabu. With DRS
Well,
on him.
Crypto still needs to pit. It's on 18 laps medium, same as Whale. Surprised he's still out here. This is where you would normally pit around for hards, so like 19, 20 or 21.
Yes, indeed. Now, Matti was trying to catch PW Jones to get the DRS on him, but he lost DRS. They're going further back. Now let's head back to this battle, because Vabu have to defend against Elite. Obviously,
So there
for
they
now, he
go.
can be calm. Haley is overtaking Tiski for P9 with the DRS advantage. Elite was too far back to Vabu to make a move, but Vabu might be calm about being overtaken by Mercedes driver because he can see that Elite get the 5-second penalty.
I think
Dynamic.
Elite pitted too early on a medium. On hards, I mean. Because currently he was on the hards, right, and he's pitted for mediums.
But,
Pookie with the fastest lap.
yeah, so for now, no point for fastest lap. He managed to overtake Cornish Kak onto the braking zone to turn 1.
Dabu's caught up to Crypto, which would really help him.
Yeah,
As
and I do expect
Crypto's
that
on
Crypto
medium.
is going to lose the position because look how close
Yeah, going in.
Vabu is. PW Jones heading to the pit lane.
And
Oh,
Crypto
and
goes
Crypto
into
is heading to the pit lane, but that was close to collect a lead behind him.
Crypto's now going to the softs. 15 laps on the softs. I think they will last. Unless he's expecting a safety car.
But wasn't Crypto on mediums? So
Yeah, he
maybe
was.
he have lower tire wear comparing to the rest of the grid.
Well, let's see who's made the most positions right now. It seems like Elite has with 13. And Cornish Cook has lost 14 positions.
Yeah, I mean Kornishkak lost a lot of positions on the race start, so because when the most of the grid was heading to uh, turn
This is pitted.
3, he was exiting the turn 1. The Fizz is heading to the pit lane,
He
but
comes out. Will he be ahead of Abu?
Vabu with new fastest lap, and Fizz dropping behind Borja and
This is
Tiski
now
and
going to
Hilly.
be racing with Hilly. No, with Konzo's teammate.
Yeah, but they are all really close. Konzo is closer to the Fizz, and he got warmed up tires, so first lap might be intense.
What's
Will
happened?
heading to the pit lane.
Yeah, it was in what, 22-year-old mediums? I'm surprised how he lasted that long, you know? We've got
Elite,
Elite up now to P3, but he's just have that time penalty to serve at the end.
yeah, and he is really close to lost DRS range on Vabu in front of him. And it looks like he won't get the DRS. Hafendobak and Borja close behind him within DRS range. Marty decided to pull into the pit lane, so Vabu is going back as a leader of this race. Elite, Hafendobak and Borja behind him, where Mati Robo will drive out behind Konzo. Yellow flags in sector 2.
Who's
It's
that
Pookie.
for? Pookie
Spooky, it
again,
looks
he's
like
spinning.
Pookie made a mistake on exit of turn 9. Crypto White on
Crypto
soft compound. New fastest lap of the
gets to
race.
P11, so he won't get a point at
Not
all. Broxy's down
Tom
to the pits.
gaining a position on Brooksy, who headed to the pit lane. Now Elite have to be really stressful about how close Hatendoback and Borja are behind him.
Now we've got a fight between dynamic duo Hako and Lanky. They're all pushing each other till they make a move.
Yeah, that's battle for position 12, but going back to battle for position 2, Elite without DRS, and it's free wide to turn 1. The Fizz with new fastest lap, but Borja making a double move, and he overtaking both Hafendobak and Elite. Tiski is fighting with the Fizz side by side, but as I see, Tiski is struggling with his battery management. His red
Here's
light
the
is
front day back.
flashing. They
He's
are
got
still
no ERS.
side by side. The Fizz got way better exit out of turn 3, probably thanks to battery advantage as well. Dynamic Duo heading to the pit lane, dropping down to P17 behind Andre. Now, will Borja be able to catch up to leading Vabu? Vabu is on hard compound. Borja, if I'm not mistaken, is on mediums. No,
What can Elite
he
make some
is
moves
on
now?
hards as well. The Fizz is on 2-lap-old mediums on position 5. And it's full cost safety
Okay.
car.
What's happened?
Uh, to be honest, I'm really confused what happened.
Yeah, it
Hilly,
feels like no one's spun.
Konzo, PW Jones into the pit lane.
I'm very confused. Who's spun? So he calls that safety car.
Hako with
Huh?
3 seconds penalty for track limits.
Oh, it was Tom. Tom spun. He's got no front wing. He's got no front wing. It must have been him who caused the safety car.
And he is another victim of track limits.
Which means it's going to be faster here. Mediums or softs.
At this point of the race, I would call for fresh
This one.
softs.
It depends when the safety cars. I think the safety car might go in like 30. 29.
Matti is stuck in the pit lane. Look at this. His car is just waiting for the pit crew, and they are not going to take him.
It's a bit mean.
Elite is
I,
dropping to P6 after serving that 5 seconds penalty. Borja actually stayed out on the track on
Matty's still
8 lap
waiting.
old Hearts, and he will be a sitting duck against Vabu and Hafendobak on fresh softs. The Fizz and Tiski on fresh mediums.
Alright,
Healy,
alright, Matt.
Ellie, and Konzo on fresh softs as well. Same with Will, Nattam, Brooksy, Pookie, and Konishkak. The rest of the grid, excluding Borja,
Oh,
on fresh
Matty's
soft, on
tired.
fresh medium compound.
Matty gave up.
Yeah, it looks like Mati gave up. It's really painful for him because... Oh,
Well, Matty said he didn't mean to retire.
yes, he
The
meant to leave the
AI.
session, and his AI retired, and somehow he's back on the track right now.
Well, unlucky Matty. That's all I can say. I'm not sure what happened there. What kind of glitch was that? Not taking the car in for a pit stop?
You know, that's reminding me situation with I'm not sure was it Vor or PSGL when Jarno Opmer was behind his teammate, and his teammate car was stuck before the pit lane, and Jarno car was taken by the pit crew as first.
And it looks like Borges decided to stay out.
Yeah, he will be struggling a lot to match the pace of guys behind him. We seen that last week when uh, two or three drivers decided to stay out on
Yeah.
track on
Stay out,
late
yeah.
safety car, and they were dropping back like crazy.
My situation is mixed by
Yeah, we'll
soft
show the
and
tire
medium.
graphic once again. Just reading who is driving on what compound, but in case of somebody missed it.
So the safety car ain't going to miss up. I think the safety car might go in the next lap.
Yeah, it looks like. So, safety car after end of lap 28. So we will get 8 laps of racing.
I think mediums might work definitely.
And soft will get the advantage on first 5-6
Yeah.
laps, and then mediums will start to work better. So the question is, does Rabu and Havendobak be able to run out far enough from the Fizz and Tiski, who are first medium runners? Meanwhile,
Tom's
not
pissed
Tom is
again.
pitting. What is he doing?
Going for softs again.
Yeah, he had the fresh softs, and it's 2 lap of tire wear difference. And, I'm expecting the safety car will be at the end of this lap, no matter what.
Well, starting to see some racing, eh?
Yes,
This
we have
guy's in the pack.
confirmation of that. So Borja is pacing the pack right now.
Borja's kind of siding a bit. I'm not sure if he's meant to do that. Borja really needs to make a great run to lose these because those hards won't help him at all.
Yes, indeed, fresh softs will get huge grip advantage.
And he's
He's
still
still
waiting.
waiting, he's still weaving, and
He's
no,
not.
I'm,
He's
I was pretty sure that he pulled out, and I was wrong.
he's
He's
going left and
still
right.
waiting, and now he pulled off.
And there he goes.
The Fizz is closing to half and Dobak. They are side by side, Healy and Tiski swapping positions. Elite advancing to P7. Haka overtaking Will for P12. Kornishkak is overtaking Nat Tom. They were swapping positions because Nat Tom was behind. And Vabu is super close to Borja. So the question is, Nat Tom is gaining 2 positions on Puki and on Kornishkak. The question now is when. Okay, so actually at this point when I ask when, Borja is losing position to Vabu, is losing position to Hafendubak as well. And
This
he
guy
lost
stop
over
pushing.
6 tenths onto the exit of turn 13, if I'm not mistaken, and he's already over 1 second behind, leading to the Fizz is overtaking.
All wide a bit
Tiski
here.
is looking for some move as well.
Oh, onto a curb.
Healy and Elite side by side just behind him.
Oh, contact.
Contact, and it's Borja. Borja is out of the race, and it's full cost safety car again.
Oh. To be honest, I would pit. I wouldn't pit. I would stay out. And the mediums, I think the softs would last.
Yeah, now definitely soft compound will last to the end. So race
I
restart on
think.
lap 32,
I
maybe.
think you sure? I think so. I think it might last 4 laps, maybe.
The Summers is saying on chat, repeat of EU4 in EU2. To be honest, I have no idea what are you talking about because sadly I had to miss the broadcast of EU4 race. No one is going to the pit lane. And look at Nat Tom. Pookie and Kornishkak are heading to the pit lane. And Nat Tom, he was 19th on the restart and now he is on P13.
Let's see who's made the most positions currently, and it seems like it's Elite, and Cornish Cook has lost 12. So it's been a mixed up grid, shall I say. Some people have made loads of positions. Like Kako, he's made up 5, but he does have that 3-second time penalty to serve.
Yeah, so as Tom, sadly he will drop a couple of positions because of that penalty. Now the question is, does Fizz and Tiski will be able to resist against softs of Hilly?
think, yeah, softs or defo would help right now. I think the medium runners would have a chance, but not much of a chance. Do you know what I mean? Sid wants to see who retires. Is there a way we can?
Okay, now I'm really interesting because Pureblades texted in chat. We don't talk about EU4 safety cars. So now I'm really curious because after December said that EU4 had 2 safety cars in the last 10 laps and last SC was until the end of lap 34. Still, it looks to be happy about this. Okay, so what happened on lap 44 release? AM3 had 5 safety cars. Someone
Jeez.
Shorzy said. To be
We're trying
honest,
to decide to see what will happen here.
I even didn't know that 5 safety cars was possible. I was pretty sure that 4 is the limit. Okay, Pureblades decided to say, I won't be saying anything without my lawyer. We have confirmation safety car is in this lap.
3-lap racing is gonna get ahead here.
Actually, it will be 4 laps of racing. Now, well, Vabu decide to pull his throttle to the floor. He's waiting even longer comparing to Borja. And it looks like he did it now. Hilly close to Tiski. Yellow flags.
Ready.
Pookie swapping positions with Kornishkak. Hilly is overtaking Tiski. Hakel is overtaking Crypto White.
Hilly's overtaking Tisk.
Elite overtaking Tiski as well. Nat Tom is gaining position on Lanky One.
Dabo's ready dropping off and back.
Yeah, and Kanzo is quite far back behind Tiski. It's the biggest gap between the drivers. He's closing in a bit, but... And Vabu, look at Vabu's pace. It's over 1 second advantage on Hafendobak right now.
Overtaking Lanky.
Kornishkak overtaking Pookie for P16.
On the straight here. He was going to dump a ERS on the straight to gain a position.
Vabu with new fastest lap. So he is going for maximum points for this race.
Overtaking Brooksy.
Brooksy for P15. And Brooksy is losing position to Pookie as well. He's fighting back. Hafendobak managed to close the gap a bit to Vabu, but it's still over 1 second. Will is overtaking Nat Tom for P11. Lanky One is close to Dynamic Duo. Dynamic is close to Tom. Cos Elite is close to Tiski. Tiski is really close to Hilly. He was on position.
Gap forming now between the drivers.
Yeah, it's over 1 second between top 1 P1, P2 and P3, P3 and P4. Tiski
DRS is now
is,
enabled.
and the Fizz is closing the gap to Hafen-Dubak.
This is where the drivers
Elite
will start pushing.
was showing up from the inside
BP
on
15.
Tiski, and it's a contact! And Tiski is losing a front wing. Elite
PW
is
Jones are up
dropping
to P6. Did it get
behind
damage?
PW
No.
Jones, Konzo as well, but Tiski is missing a front wing.
Seems like Statistic out of a race now.
And thanks to that, Hilly might be safe on P4 because gap to over Konzo
Will
is
spin it
almost a second. It's
on
been
the curve.
Lanky
Flexible
Will
right-hander.
dropping back quite far. He dropped to P16 and he is
Will's the driver
retiring
on the
from
track.
session.
On the track.
And look how fast Fizz is running away from Hilly. It's over 2 seconds advantage already.
And looks like Vabu and Hoffendover is out of ARS, same as Fizz.
And
Echo's
behind
making
Hilly,
movement on
Konzo and PW Jones are fighting for positions. PW Jones is overtaking Ferrari driver for P5.
Now Hilly could be pressured by Jones as Hilly don't have any DRS.
Tiski
This
is retiring
massive
in pit
tiring.
lane. The Fizz closed the gap to Hafen-Dubak a lot.
Oh, Joe, no, Hako on that curve there. Bit of contact between Elite and Hako.
Hako's car wiggled a bit on the exit of turn 9.
Jones with that DRS flap open on Hilly.
Borja
And
left the session, Tiski left the session, but that doesn't matter. They were crashed anyway. And looks like
Jones hit P4. Hako's really pushing it on Elite. Will he get
Babu
this
is taking the
position
checkered
done?
flag.
Oh,
PW Jones and
Jones!
Hilly. That was super close.
46 millisecond
46
gap.
milliseconds. Crypto White overtaking Haka on the finish line because of time penalties. But it's still
I
2 points
actually,
for Williams. Cornish Kak
I forgot it was the
82
last lap.
milliseconds behind Hako. To be honest, I was pretty sure that we have one more lap of racing.
Yeah, I was so confused. 46
Vabu,
milliseconds though.
Hafen-Dubak,
Hey, honest, Hilly will probably be shocked right now after getting beaten by 46 milliseconds by Jones.
yeah, that was really close finish between of them. So here is our podium. Vabu, Hafen-Dubak, and the Fizz. PW Jones on P4, Hilly, P5, Konzo on P6, Elite P7, Crypto White P8, Hako on P9, Konishkak is closing top 10. Going further back, Brooksy, Lanky One, Dynamic Duo, and Andre on P14, Nat Tom on P15, Pookie P16, Tiski and Will P17 and P18, Borja and Mati Robo P19 and P12, 20 as DNF drivers.
What's the drive from Vabu, you know, keeping the gap between everyone, kept on pushing and caused a massive gap between the drivers behind him. So what an interesting race.
Vabu, Hafen-Dubak, and the Fizz. Those are drivers to invite. let's give them 1 minute or so. Okay, we have the Fizz with us. Good evening and congratulations of taking that podium spot for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Quite tricky.
Uh, Long race, really intense and exciting quality session for all of you, I believe. Tell me about your feelings about this.
I'll let first place go.
Uh,
Still waiting on Babu.
Oh,
Hello,
Babu.
hello.
Hello, good evening, Hafendabak.
Good evening.
And here is Vabu. So all our podium sitters are here, but we will start from the Fizz, who was third on the finish line.
And yeah. Um, I mean, thank you, but I screwed up on the chicane. I had a bit of rear end stick out, and I think I would have had half on the DRS back straight if I had it, because he had no battery left. So, and I had about 20%, so I reckon I could have had him, but I screwed up. So it was a good battle to the end. It did struggle with the mediums, I must admit. After that safety car, I didn't want that safety car at all. Otherwise, I think I would have won it. um, Everyone was on the soft tires around me, so yeah, it was a very good race.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that you mentioned the safety car because Uh, you were the one of those who decided to pick the mediums instead of softs. So you were afraid that soft wouldn't last to the end, or just decided to stick to the safe option, or you just didn't have the first softs?
I had another pair of softs, but they weren't fresh. They were already about 5% worn. And I I think after the safety car, I think it was like lap 24, 25, and I know after like lap 7 they really start to die. So I was like, no, there's no way. I'm putting softs on. And then we had another safety car, and I saw everyone pit, and I was like, okay, well I don't have a fresh set of softs. I'm just gonna stick some mediums on. And considering that I thought I had the pace, I could at least stay with them. Because I started on the hard tires, and I stayed with the group pretty much for quite a while. I couldn't get past second place or third place, and Vabu just decided to disappear. It was gaining like point 0.2, point 0.3 seconds a lap, and I just couldn't find it on the hard tires as he had mediums. They were just a bit fresher and a bit quicker.
Yeah, you extended your first stint a bit from lap 9 or 10. You started to overtaking a few guys in front of you who were on mediums, but you was unable to find a solution to close the gap to Vabu, at least until he decided to pit.
Yeah, I knew he was pitting, and I thought maybe I can just extend this and push it a little bit further because they did the hard tires. I don't know if anyone else will agree but the hard tires felt good, even at like 55% worn. I was still doing like 1 minute 12s, or high 12s, so they felt good, and I thought maybe extend it a little bit, go on the mediums, and maybe try and close it in. But we had two safety cars, and yeah, kind of ruined it. But got third, so quite chuffed.
Rob, do you have any questions to the Fizz?
Well, what was your hardest challenge today, should I say, against the top two drivers?
The hardest challenge, to be honest, I think pace. There was some quick. I think the hardest challenge was to probably overtake. It's probably the hardest thing to do here. To say, so you have to have pure pace. I think I just needed to get through the field on the strategy.
Okay, so
I believe. Hmm?
I can agree that overtaking is quite hard, but your pace was really good, especially from the mid phase of the race,
Yeah, yeah. It just all come together. To be honest, it
is
was my
indeed.
strong.
Fizz, congratulations once again on your podium. Thank you
Thank you.
for joining us tonight. Now let's head to position two, Hafen Dabak. Good evening.
Good evening.
Obviously, first of all, congratulations of your podium spot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That
I
was
wouldn't
sorry, on you go.
I wouldn't ask Fizz about this, but I will ask you because I was pretty excited about what happened in quali, about really fast condition improvements on last couple of minutes. So I'm really interested what you can say about this.
Quali was quite confusing to be honest. I seen everyone going out in softs and it was like chucking it down, so I wasn't 100% sure what would be the fast tire. So I tended to stick more to just on the inners more than anything. I feel like it helped me a bit because it kept me a pair of softs at the end of the race as well. Um, I felt okay in like the position I was. I felt like I didn't have the pace to compete to the top, but I was very surprised. Like considering that's like my first podium in any league race, so I'm like very excited about that.
And about the
Yeah.
rest, safety cars helped you
Yeah,
or messed up your strategy? What
no,
can you say
no.
about this?
I feel like it worked okay for me. Like I did pit a little bit earlier at the start, just because my tires were a bit worn out and I was struggling. I got overtaken, so I thought it'd be better to pit. Then I ended up jumping a few people. Whilst they were pitting as well, so that helped me a lot. And then obviously the safety car when that came out, that was a godsend because then I could just go soft to the end. Obviously the second safety car was a bit, you know, uncomfortable. I wasn't sure if my pace was going to be a lot worse because I'd already been on them softs for like I'm not sure if it was 2 laps or three. I can't remember. Um, yeah, I felt like Fizz was going to get me at the end. I drained all my ERS, and I imagined he had quite a bit left to spare. Vabu was just gone. Like he's got amazing pace. I reckon he probably just went right through his ERS right at the start of that safety car. But
Okay.
overall, it's like a very consistent race for me. So I'm quite surprised because I do normally have issues with consistency. So
So maybe that's a good sign for you. Rob, do you have any questions to have?
Well, when after the last safety car restart, you know how Vabu kind of pulled away. Did you start pushing, or did you just like chilled and try to stick with P2?
I did try and push to try and stick up with him because it's like my idea was to try and gain his like get within the DRS of him to try and like save myself from P3. But I couldn't even catch him at all, so he was just too fast. But I'm very happy with what I've done. Yeah,
Oh, it's got to move on to Vabu now.
thanks guys.
Yeah, thank you, Haf, for joining us tonight, and once again, congratulations on your podium. And now it's time for our race winner, Vabu. Good evening, Vabu.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you.
I have to admit, stunning pace, really impressive,
Yeah,
almost from start to the end.
yeah, thank you. Actually, Zandvoort is one of my best track in this game, and qualifying was tricky a bit with the rain and soft being fast in the rain, so it was a bit tricky. I just want to thank my engineer. I was going to the with the inters in the end, but he told me to go with softs, and it turned well for me, and it was a drying track. So it was a bit tricky to qualifying in the race. It was a good race, clean, but I struggled a bit with the fuel because in maybe after lap 10 I was start lifting a bit because it's a fuel consuming track. But that safety car just came and saved me. And
Uh,
after that it was great push until the end.
yeah, I agree about high fuel consumption. To be honest, before the race, I was checking that, and according to all I seen, it was like 1.1 lap of fuel consumption in
Yeah,
game.
sure. Yeah.
But let's speak a bit about tires because I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that in previous games the tire wear was way higher here on Zandvoort comparing to this year edition.
Yeah, it was higher, but here you struggle a bit with the overheating because when I start on the medium, it was a bit good on the first few laps, but after that it was understeer a bit, and when I switched to the hard, uh, I maybe took 2 laps to get them into temperature, and then after that it was good. Actually, hard is a good race tire here.
Yeah, definitely way better than comparing to previous game edition when
Yeah.
they were completely useless.
Yes.
So, Robstar?
Well, to be honest, there's only one question to ask really. How
Mm.
did you pull away from the drivers behind you every single time?
Actually, on the first time, I have a Red Bull behind me, I think. So they fight together, I think, and I just use my ARS to build a gap. And after that safety car, I just got lucky with that restart because I catch B2 napping a bit. But and that after that, I drain my energy and I was pushing like hell.
Yeah, we've seen that after last safety car restart, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, you had
Yeah.
Yeah,
over
forward
one
of one
second
second.
before you even left the last sector. So I
Yes.
was really surprised about this. Your pace was stunning tonight,
Yeah.
and
Thank
I believe it wasn't that unlucky race comparing to last week, because if I'm not mistaken, you were attending last week as well.
you. Yeah, I attended last week. It was a bit of accidents, and I started maybe in the second lap, and I struggle with overtaking because it's hard to overtake in Japan since it's a short track. This is my
Okay,
first win in competitive.
huge apologies for a bit technical difficulties. It looks like my connection with Discord is going crazy. That's why Vabu was cut it off a bit.
Yeah,
But anyway, thank you all three of you for joining us tonight. Congratulations on your podium spots. Rob, thank you for joining me tonight as well.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
a good time commentating EU2.
I
is it?
will just add that Vabu, your safety car restart going to the start line was horrific.
Yeah, thank you. That was an intention. Because I want to save myself and P2 because we were on softs.
To be
No,
honest,
I realised.
I
Yeah,
thought Bordeaux's safety car restart was a lot worse.
yeah.
I did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah, he was waving like crazy. Oh my
Yeah, he
god.
went off
Yeah.
track
I
at
was,
one moment.
yeah.
Yeah, so once again, thank you guys for joining us tonight, for all who stick with us in chat. Thank you for watching us as well, and good night. We will see you next week on Red Bull Ring, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Good night.